let's look at task 2B from the 2024 Nat 5 Admin and IT paper. So the task is saying Jackie has asked you to finalise the quotation for Ryan Logan. Open the worksheet customer quotation, which I've opened already. Complete it following all instructions using the information below and the price list worksheet. So we'll be looking at these notes that are numbered. We are taking information from the price list that we have just completed, and we're looking at the notes below to make sure that we can complete this spreadsheet. And again, we're printing in value view and we're printing it again in formula view. Notice printing value view in portrait and formula view in landscape. So we'll do that at the end. I would suggest that we take the information from the task and we put that into the customer quotation first of all, and then go and have a look at the numbered notes. So I can see that in this quote there's crispy Italian breadsticks, and I can see we've got crispy Italian breadsticks, and the quantity is going to be 3, and the sweet corn chowder, the quantity is going to be 1. Now, we have to use the price list spreadsheet. So to pull across the price per person for the crispy Italian breadsticks, we're going to link that dynamically with the equals sign. So we're doing equals not for a formula this time, but so we can switch back to the price list, and where we've got there the breadsticks, we can pull across by just clicking in cell C9. We're pulling across that new price. Click on enter and it's going to pull it across. Same with the sweet corn chowder. Equals, so we can link the sheets together, switch over to the price list and pull it in. You're dynamically linking it. What that would mean actually is if the price, let's say, changed of the breadsticks, I will put this back in a moment. Let's make it, a different price. For example, if we went into the customer quotation, you'll see it's automatically being updated. But I don't want to confuse things, and I'm just going to undo that so that we've got the correct price. So it's equals, switch across, get the correct price for the sweet corn chowder in C10 and pull that across. All right, looking down at the mains, and again I can see the spiced bean enchiladas. There's a quantity of 2 which I'm manually typing in, and there's a quantity of 2 for the mushroom and lentil Wellington. And once again I'm going to go equals, pull across and get the correct price there. Click on enter. I could actually just copy that down because these two are one after the other, but for the purpose of this I'm just going to do equals again, switch it to get the price of the Wellington there, like that. So that's me done that, and I'm just scrolling down to make sure all the other values are there, but I can see actually that all these items are there. Row 16 and 17, there's blanks. In fact, it is telling me in note 2 to insert the side order selected. All right, so, am I typing in Creole coleslaw? Well, I suppose I don't need to. I could just do, equals and switch, and I can actually pull across the text from cell A22. And the same again, equals for the sweet potato fries is equals, and then switch to get the potato fries. And that's cell A23. The quantity is 1, the quantity is 3, and once again, to finish off, I'm just going to pull across the Creole coleslaw, the new price across, and then equals. And for some reason, even though I'm clicking on the price in cell C23, I don't know why it's not highlighting. Probably in your spreadsheet it will highlight the cell, but you'll see from the formula bar at the top I have pulled across from C23. Click on enter. So that's has got all the prices in there. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to open up the spreadsheet so we can fully see what's going on and see if we can now tackle these numbered notes. So the first thing, note number 1 in cell B3, insert customer name. I'm taking that from the question paper, so let's just go for Ryan Logan. As we discussed in a previous task, do you want to remove the note now by right-clicking and clicking on delete note, or are you better keeping all these notes just to check at the very end? All right, so number 3 then, well, number 2 actually, insert the side order selected. Well, we've done that already, and so I'm just going to I'll delete this note just so we can see things a bit more clearly. Right. Note number 3, insert appropriate formula to complete this column, which I suppose we did, the equals and then pulling across from the other sheet. We've done that. Number 4, insert formula to calculate the total cost of each item. That's a simple arithmetical. In cell D6 equals quantity in B4, asterisk for multiply, the wee star, price per person, click on enter, and then back up to cell D6, and then we're just going to copy down through all the food and drink items ordered. All right. Number 5 then, insert formula to calculate the total cost of all items. So in cell D2, I'll just switch to my home tab in the ribbon. That's just a straightforward auto sum. Quickest way, just click on the auto sum there, and it's saying equals sum D6 to D21. It's highlighted the cells we want. Remember, if it doesn't highlight the cells that you need, you could just at this point manually left click and just highlight to make sure it's covering all the cells that you need. So equals sum D6 to D21. You click on that. Now, the next thing here, it's saying insert formula to calculate the amount of discount. Now, there must be a note on that. It's not here. I'm going to have to go back to the actual task. Okay, so I see there's a wee note here. If the total to pay is £250 or more, there will be a discount of 7.5%. We're assuming if it's not over 250, then they're going to get no discount. So this we can do with the if function. All right, so in cell D23, if I type in equals if and open the bracket, it doesn't matter if I use lowercase or uppercase, it will still do the same trick. We can either type it straight in, or we could actually use the function argument box, which you might find easier. Just move that across. I'll move up here actually. There. So when you're using the if function and you're using the function argument box, logical test is coming up in bold, the first box there, and it's if what? What are you testing? Well, we're looking at the amount in D22, and it's telling us from the note if the total is 250 or more. So in here we have to put greater than or equal to, because it's £250 or more, 250. If that is true, and if I just jump down to my next box, if that is true, all right, we're going to take the total in D22 and we are going to work out what is 7.5%. So we need 7.5% of that total is going to give us the discount. And if it's not over 250, if that's not true, then we can just assume that there's going to be no discount. So let's just put in, it's just going to be, let's just put 0. All right. And then click on OK. So we can see there that it has worked out the discount. And in fact, if you look up in the formula bar, that's how the formula looks once you've done the if function there. To get the subtotal, it's going to be in cell D24 equals the discount in D22, and it's the dash, it's the minus. Let's take off the discount to get the answer. So it's shown there 287.95. I can just actually open this up so we can see the notes as well. And then it's saying insert formula to calculate the VAT. So if I look at, oh, sorry, number 8, I've missed a stage. Number 8 is telling us to name the cell. So click in cell B28, and remember the quickest way to name a cell is be in the cell you want to name. Go up to the name box, it's showing B28 at the moment, highlight it, delete it off, and then type in the name of the cell. So I'm going to type in here VAT. Click on enter, and if you clicked away and went back in, you'll see there the word VAT is now showing. So to work out the VAT, in cell D25 equals the subtotal times, and I'm going to click in cell B28 that I've named VAT. So if you name a cell, you don't need to worry about a $ to lock anything in. That's one benefit of naming a cell. So there's the formula equals D24 times VAT. I click on enter like that. And of course we have to add the VAT onto the total. The quickest way probably just equals the subtotal, and we can just use the plus because we're just adding two cells together, so we don't need the auto sum for that. But click on the two cells there and click on enter. Now hashtag just tells me the column is not wide enough, so let's just stretch it along, and that is the final payment that we're looking for. Let's just go back up and just check there. We can delete the notes now. We did insert the appropriate formula by using dynamic linkage to bring across the prices to delete the note. The formula for column D was just the quantity times the price per person to get the total cost, so delete that note. Number 5, insert a formula to calculate the total cost of all items. That was an auto sum to do that. Note number 6 is where we had to use the if function to work out whether they were getting a discount or not. So that was note number 6. Number 7, to get the subtotal, we were doing a subtraction there. It was the total to pay less the discount, so delete that one. And then using the named cell, because note number 8 was to name the cell, so we named that one VAT, and we delete that, and then we use the name cell in the formula to work out what the VAT was going to be, so we can delete that one off. And then final payment, we just did the subtotal plus the VAT like that. And note 11 I can see is, sorry, just go back and delete that note there, right click and delete. Format all cells appropriately. Well, I can see that they have all been formatted appropriately, so I can just take that one out as well. And then the last thing we were asked to do is to print off in value view and print off again showing formulas. So the last thing we need to do is print off 2 copies, one with value, and if you recall from the question, I'm just going to highlight all the information from the quote. It's to be portrait and showing grid lines only for the value sheet. So again, depending on how you choose to do it, go into page layout and just select the grid lines, go up to file, to print, suggesting print selection. It's already been selected there, and that is what we need for the first printout. And then when we go back to show the formulas, remember it's the control and then the shoulder key below the escape key. We've been told to print this on landscape, which I will do. And just to make sure that we can see everything, if we do file and then print again, you'll see that that's page 1 of 2. So I think maybe the best way would just be to manually maybe just narrow down the item and the quantity. We can still see, make sure we can see the customer name, and there's all the formulas we can see. I could even narrow column D down just a wee bit there, and go back to, well, actually, whilst we're in page layout there, for the formulas we have to show the grid lines and the heading. So select the print there, back to file, back to print, like that, and that is everything showing, because it is showing page 1 of 1, grid lines, row and column headings. If you are struggling to make it fit onto one page, you could go into scaling actually and click on there, and there is one there where you can either fit sheet on one page, or maybe it's just the columns or the rows. So there's different ways to make sure everything fits on one page, but when you're printing off, there it is, landscape on one page showing everything that we need to show. So that's how we do task 2B.